to create a site structure that will enhance SEO. The better your site structure, the better your chance of high ranking in the search engines. Every website has some structure. It might be rigorous or streamlined structure, or it may be disorganized jumble of pages. If you are intentional and careful with your site structure, you will create a site that achieves search excellence. In this course, I share some of the best advice on creating a powerful site structures. The tips will help you create a site that appeals to users, get crawled and indexed by spiders, and delivers the best SERP listing and ranking possible. The first question you'll have to ask me why site structure matters. I have worked with hundreds of clients over the years. I have been surprised at how often site structure is overlooked. On one hand, it's one of the most crucial aspects of site SEO's performance. But on the other hand, few webmasters and owners understand what it means to have a site structure that enhances SEO. I'm going to share a few of the reasons why site structure is so crucial and then get into the how to developing your own SEO-friendly site structure. A good site structure means a great user experience. When you took away the colors, the fonts, the kerning, the graphics, the images, and the white space, good site design is really about a great structure. The human mind crafts cognitive equilibrium, being able to put pieces logically together, finding things where they are expected, and locating what they are seeking. Thus, a strong and logical site structure is cognitively satisfying to users. As you know, the more appealing your site to users, the more appealing it is to search engine. Google algorithms use information from searches to rank your site. If your site has poor CTRs and low dwell time, it will not perform well in the SERPs. By contrast, when a user finds a site that they like, that is a site with a great site structure. They do not bounce and they stay longer. An accurate site structure can reduce bounce rate and improve dwell time, both of which will lead to improved rankings. Good site structure provides your site with site links. Site links are listing format in the SERPs that shows your site's main page along with the several internal links indented. You have seen them before. Site links are a huge SEO advantage. They increase the navigability of your site, point user to most relevant information, increase your brand reputation, and improve user trust. Help you dominate SERPs, increase throughout the click rate, and shorter conversion funnel. Basically, site links are awesome. But how do you get site links? You do not simply go to Google Webmaster Tools and fill in a few fields on a form. You cannot issue a site link request. Instead, Google algorithms automatically award websites with site links, and they do so based on the great site structure. If you have poor site structure, it is very likely that your site will never receive site links. The absence of site link could be costing your site more targeted traffic, higher CTR, and increased conversion. A good structure means better crawling. Web crawlers like Googlebot crawl a website structure. Their goal is to index the content in your order to return into search results. The better your site structure, the easier the crawlers can access and index the content. Crawlers do not automatically discover everything on your sites. Google even admits there are pages on your site we might not discover, or URLs that may not be discoverable by Google's normal crawling process. That's one of the reasons why sitemaps are necessary. However, crawlers will have a far easier time accessing, crawling, indexing, and returning the pages of site with strong structure. A good site structure is at the very core of good SEO, optimizing for the crawlers. To sum up, your site organization paves the way for SEO success. In fact, it could be argued that without a good site structure, you will never have SEO success. Strong site gives structure your site an unbreakable SEO foundation that will provide you vast amount of organic search. Now I'm going to show you the 6 steps to creating site structure. If you are starting a website from scratch, you are in a great position to plan out site structure for the best SEO possible. Even before you start creating pages in a CMS, plan out your structure. You can do it on a whiteboard, a spreadsheet program, Excel, Google Drive spreads, most word processors, or something like Visio. A hierarchy is nothing more than a way to organize your information. Something that is simple and makes sense. Your hierarchy will also become your navigation and your URL structure. So everything important begins here. Generally, a site's hierarchy looks like this. Make your hierarchy logical. Don't overthink or overcomplicate this process. You want simplicity both of your own sake and for the ease of crawlers and users. Each main category should be unique and distinct. Each subcategory should somehow relate to main category under which it is located. Keep the numbers of main categories between 2 and 7. Unless you are Amazon.com, you don't want to have too many main categories. There should be only a few main things. If you have more than 7, you may want to rethink the organization and pare it down a bit. Try to balance the amount of subcategories within each category. Basically, try to keep it approximately even. If one main category has 14 subcategories, while other main category has only 3 subcategories, this could become a little unbalanced. A site hierarchy is beginning point of great site structure. Number 2, create a URL structure that follows your navigation hierarchy. The second main element in developing strong site structure is your URL structure. If you are logically through your hierarchy, this should not be too difficult. Your URL structure follows your hierarchy. So let's say your hierarchy look like this. The URL structure of Chinatown location would look like this. Your URL structure will be organized according to your site hierarchy. This means obviously that your URL will have real words, not symbols, and appropriate keyword coverage. Create your site navigation in HTML or CSS. When you create your navigation, keep the coding simple. HTML and CSS are your safest approach. Coding in JavaScript, Flash, Ajax will limit the crawler's ability to cover your site well throughout navigation and hierarchy. Number 4, use a shallow depth navigation structure. Your navigation structure will obviously follow your site's hierarchy. Make sure that the pages, especially important ones, are buried too deep within the site. Shallow sites work better, both from usability and crawler perspective, as noted in the Search Engine Journal article. A shallow website that requires 3 or few clicks to reach every page is far more preferable than a deep website, which requires a lengthy string of clicks to see where every page on your site. Number 5, create a headers that list your main navigation pages. Your top header should list out your main pages. That is, my website fifahosting.com uses a very simple top navigation header with 3 subcategories. This accomplishes everything I need. According to any of other menu elements apart from your main categories can become distracting and unnecessary. If you have designed a parallax sites, be sure to provide a persistent header menu that displays throughout each scrolling phase. While drop-downs menus using CSS effects or disappearing menus may provide a unique and intriguing user experience, they do not enhance SEO. I advise against them. I also advise against using an image-based navigation structure. Text link will appropriate anchors provide the strongest form of SEO. If you have a footer with menu links, be sure to duplicate the main links of your top navigation menu in your footer navigation menu. Changing the order of links or adding additional category listing will complicate the user experience. Number 6, develop a comprehensive internal linking structure. Internal linking puts meat on the bones of logical site structure. Moz article on internal links lists 3 reasons why they are important. They allow user to navigate a website. They help establish information hierarchy for a given website. And they spread link juice ranking power around website. Each of there is a direct tie to creating a tight-knit and well-integrated site structure. There is no need to get complicated with internal linking. The basic idea is that every page on your website should have some link to and some link from another page on the website. Your navigation should accomplish internal linking to the main categories and subcategory pages. But you should also make sure that leaf level pages have internal linking as well. Internal linking tells the search engine what pages are important and how to get there. The more internal linking you have across all pages, the better it is. The conclusion is site structure is a product of careful thinking, intentional design, and accurate organization. The best time to develop a strong site structure is before you create your website. However, if you are redesigning your site, you can rework the design and reorganize some navigational elements to improve structural SEO. There are a lot of things to keep in mind when optimizing your site for search engines. Site structure is one of the most important, but one of the most overlooked optimization method. If you have great site structure, the great SEO will follow.